Hello, 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 hello. Turn up my volume. Hey, hi, howdy, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Is anybody in there? Is anybody listening? Hello from the other side. Hello from the other side. I've just butchered the Adele song. My dog actually gave a quiet bark. What? You don't like my serenading? Hmm. Oh, goodness me. It's been a long day. I hope everyone's doing pretty good today. I thought we would cover some courtroom temper tantrums. What are you doing? Yeah? Why are you biting me? You have a toy. Yeah. About the toy. Ow! Not me. The toy. Not the toy. Yeah. So I found some pretty good ones. At some point, I will read the rest of the books I got from the library. When we take a break from the courtroom stuff. I don't know why I've fallen down this rabbit hole of courtroom drama because, like, it's really fascinating. Why are you biting me? I'm gonna take you to court, Gandalf. For biting. Yes, assault on the mommy with teeth. Yeah. We'll put you in a suit and put you on the stand and get you to testify. You look really handsome in a little suit. Yes, you would. Woof. Yeah. I love my dog. He's such a little shit. He is, but he's my little shit. So let's kick it off. This guy I'm fixing to show you legitimately just throws a whole ass tantrum. It does not end well for him, by the way. But it is pretty funny.
Okay, just a moment. Mr. Allen, your name for the record, please.
Robert James Allen.
Okay, so today's date scheduled for sentencing in this matter. This was adjourned from April 28th. And, counsel?
Yes, just so the court's aware, Your Honor, Mr. Allen did renew his medical marijuana card he brought with him. But the motion is, the first motion would be, Mr. Allen would respectfully request the opportunity to withdraw his plea based on what I believe to be perception of my ineffectiveness in representing him. He's, without breaking attorney-client privilege, he doesn't believe that I properly advised him. So the first motion would be to allow Mr. Allen capture on body cam and video. So I don't think the prosecution prejudiced the second motion.
Well, hold on. Before we move to the second motion, I'm not going. The prosecutor has an opportunity to respond.
Understood.
Because this plea was taken on March 12th, so now we're over 2 months ago. And I need to be able to review the motion to determine whether or not that is something this court would grant. And counsel, your next motion.
The second motion, Your Honor, would be, since there has been a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship, I would respectfully move to withdraw from the case so Mr. Allen could either secure new counsel or request court-appointed counsel, so that they could properly file the motion. I don't know if they want to file against their hearing or anything, or if the prosecution would be in opposition to it.
Okay, and so counsel, when did this all come about?
Well,
Did it come about this morning?
we have been discussing it for a few weeks, and this morning it just came to a head that I can't effectively represent Mr. Allen anymore in line with what he believes to be his best interests, as opposed to my conflict with what's happening here.
Okay.
I was retained, and I'm candid with the tribunal, I was retained by a third party who did give me $2,000 to represent Mr. Allen. I proposed that I refund half of that to Mr. Allen at a minimum, so that he could.
You refund that to Mr. Allen instead of back to the third party?
To the third party, but basically, if they wanted to help him again, I can't in good conscience or refund all of the retainer. I've been down here several times and put quite a bit into this matter so far. So I will be refunding $1,000 to that individual.
Okay, so my question is, counsel, if this was something that was a possibility, why there wasn't a written motion filed before this morning?
You know, another thing that got me going down this rabbit hole was covering Lori and Lisa. Oh, you're good. I just started. One has to wonder, and after I do a couple of these clips, I'm probably going to do a color, just adds up. But what got me wondering, or curious rather, about these court proceedings is that covering people like Lori Jones, Lisa Richard, is eventually these women are going to end up in court, if they aren't there already. I know Lisa's already been and lost. There's really no chance of her ever reunifying with her kids. All but one of them are grown. Lori, on the other hand, has about as much of a chance of reunification as Lisa does. I think Lisa would have a better shot at getting her kids back than Lori Jones, personally. And here's why. There's a lot more people involved in the Lori Jones atmosphere. And the thing about that is that Lisa had reliable people, come here, Gandalf, in her circle where they could afford her some help. You know, raising the child. And Lisa didn't allow her child to get assaulted in her care. Frankly, Lori Jones had, however, allowed that to happen. in my opinion. Or at the very least was extremely negligent and didn't care that the person she was allowing near her kids to be around her kids was an offender. And it resulted in the trauma of her kid. So the odds of her getting those girls back are slim to none. Because if the court dislikes you enough to grant custody to someone who isn't even related to them over you, your odds of getting them back ever are pretty slim. Especially when you have abuse pending on you, not your spouse, but you. You're not getting those kids back, Lori, because there are videos floating around of you abusing your kids. And the internet is forever. Not only that, but you have testimony, your written statements from both of your children saying you have substance abuse issues and you are belligerent and abusive and toxic to them. So you're never getting those kids back. And if you did, I would seriously side-eye that judicial system. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay. I had a lot of fun last night watching these court cases. It's probably boring to a lot of you, but lucky for me, I am not doing this to get 1 million subscribers. I'm doing this because I enjoy it. And whoever also enjoys whatever I'm watching can stick around, and whoever doesn't have to. That's the joy of being a grown ass adult and doing and watching whatever the fuck you want. Oh no, I do too, Shelley. And I find them fascinating because if you look at the psychology aspect that's present in a lot of these cases, I've noticed an uprising in malignant narcissists. In our day and time, there are a lot of textbook malignant narcissists out there, especially on this fucking platform. Like, you have people going around, like, completely attempting to ruin someone else's life because they had the audacity to stand up to you and not be bullied by you. And you think it's okay to go for total life ruination. And there's very little difference between the malignant narcissist you see in these court cases and the malignant narcissists that we've been dealing with on this platform who also have open court cases for their toxic behavior. Do you want me to name drop, ma'am? Would you like me to let everyone else in on your little secret? Think not. So again, my advice would be shutting the fuck up. You know who you are. There's a lot of psychopaths running around with YouTube channels, like openly being psychotic, and their audience not saying a fucking word. Will you give me that? Or even worse, their audience will be cheering for their psychotic behavior in their live stream chats. And it's weird that they think that we don't see them or we can't read. But some of those comments and some of those live room chats are absolutely psychotic. Like, I have legitimately thought on calling a 5150 on some of these people because some of them say the most vile and disgusting things in the live chats that if they said that in the open public, it would get them committed. And I've thought, I'm going to screenshot that, and I wonder if their fucking families and loved ones knew what the fuck they were out here doing, if they wouldn't also think they need a 5150. But a lot of them hide behind their computer screens and screen names they don't think you'll ever figure out and think they have some kind of anonymity. Well, they don't. It's only a subpoena away, honey. But it's amazing what people will do to you when they think there's no consequences for it. It wasn't like this before the lockdown happened. Like, the narcissists weren't so brazen about it. You know, narcissistic people used to kind of hide the fact that they were a narcissist. But now they're pretty fucking open and belligerent about it. What are you doing, Gandalf? What are you doing? Why are you just standing on my leg like that? You want love? You need some pets? You need attention? Huh? Yeah. Well, let's watch this grown ass man throw a fucking toddler tantrum. He's a good boy.
Literally believed everything was fine when I was informed of the medical marijuana card, and that it was just the cold feet issues that some of my clients have, and until they give me like clear, unequivocal, I couldn't interpret.
I'm being viciously attacked. Can you hear him? He's got his whole freaking body wrapped around my arm, biting the shit out of me. What is wrong with you? You little gremlin. Why are you biting me? Why? Wolf. Wolf. Why are you so mean? Woo. Get over there. Quit attacking me. Attack your toy. Harry, come get your dog. He keeps biting. Ow, ow, ow. Jesus. So mean. Yeah, something like that. Now he's killing the Kool-Aid man. Jesus.
I didn't know, you didn't tell me. I want to withdraw my plea in any other light than, okay, you're telling me you believe I was ineffective at this point, and what my thoughts aren't in line with what his beliefs were during his last
He
few
may
weeks.
be cute. Oh God, he just scratched the blood out of me. But he is not innocent. Like I am bleeding. He's vicious. He's a vicious boy when he gets all riled up. Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Weeks. So I do apologize. You're correct that if I knew, I should have filed a written motion, but we discussed it. Said I could withdraw as your attorney, you could find someone else and things like that without getting into the nitty gritty of it. But it was my belief that the representation was still intact and we were on the same page. And I apologize for interrupting the proceedings earlier. That's when it basically
Oh
clicked
God,
that
give me that.
this is something
No,
that I need
give me
to
that.
bring forth and make these requests.
Did you get
Okay.
it?
Mr. Allen,
No, don't you snort at me. You can't
you
have
have
it.
been to court a number of times with Mr. Alana, correct?
Yes,
And you've had opportunity to speak to Mr. Alana on a number of occasions, correct?
yes,
And you also have had the opportunity to review discovery with Mr. Alana, is that correct?
yes,
Okay, and Mr.
No.
Alana has been your attorney since January, and there's been a number of court dates that have
Yeah,
been scheduled. In fact, you all were here April 28th, and we did not hold the sentencing because your client indicated that the CCH was inaccurate based upon what you had represented and requested time to adjourn that, to
No.
revisit that
No
issue.
bite.
It has been corrected by
No.
probation, Your Honor.
Correct. Would that be correct, Mr. Allen?
yes,
All that is correct, right?
yes,
Okay, and so now here we are at the date of
Sorry,
sentencing, and you want
Whitney.
to have a different attorney, and you want to withdraw your plea.
I don't necessarily want a different attorney, but I want to withdraw my plea because I don't feel, first of all, probation ain't even part of the punishment for what I pled guilty to. I took the plea agreement thinking you were gonna sentence me accordingly to what the first offense misdemeanor is for.
And so
You're
what's
trying to
that,
put me
sir?
on
So,
probation and that's not even part of the punishment.
Pause just one moment. What is it that you believe is the punishment for a first offense misdemeanor?
MCL 750, whatever else it says on there, the punishment is only 93 days in jail, $300 maximum fine, community service, a 90-day, 30 to.
Oh, he having a fit. I guess you shouldn't be breaking the law. Hey, April. It's good to see you. No, I'm not playing with you. No, you making me bleed. Go over there. Yeah. He got me good. I'm still bleeding.
The 90-day license suspension and up to 4 points on your license. I already got the 4 points. I already got the 90-day maximum suspension. I know you're going to charge me the $300 maximum fine. I feel like that's more than enough punishment for a first-time misdemeanor offense. I've never been arrested for anything alcohol related in my life. I'm 48 years old.
Hey, boy, you better take that bass out of your voice when you're talking to that judge. Dude, do you realize that you're talking to the judge like that? The same judge that's going to be responsible for your sentencing. You might want to take the disrespect out of your voice when you're talking to her, because she does not look amused. Yeah, I know other people breaking the law as we speak. Some of them have open warrants. Some of them could go to jail anytime. And if that were to happen, I'd hate to see body cam footage pop up on this platform. Just saying. Somebody might not want to be talking so much shit. Somebody doesn't even have room to speak on Lisa Richard because she is 100 times worse than Lisa Richard. At least Lisa Richard doesn't have an active bench warrant. Right? Give me that. Come here. Hey, come here. Don't you look at me. You better. No. Give me that. Would you get out of stuff? No, not for you. Don't bite my toes. What is wrong with you? What are you just... Could you behave? He stole something. I had to get up and go get it. And he dropped it. And I got it. And he picked something else up. Had to take it away from him. And he dropped it. And then when I went to walk away, because I'd taken 2 things away from him. Ow! Hey! Hey! Ow! Jesus! Hey! What's the matter with you? The hell? He just started biting my toes. Did y'all hear that? He just pounced on me. No! He's mean! Do you realize that you're like pint-sized, sir? Hmm? God damn. Don't attack me.
Never been in trouble in Wyandotte. You're trying to.
Oh, when I went to walk away and sit back down, he started biting my toes. And then he pounced on me when I sit down. He's rambunctious today.
The clean slate law is supposed to erase my whole record. You're not even supposed to be bringing up my past record on me. Not the probation department lady already lied on me, put stuff on my record I wasn't even convicted of, putting 12 to 18 months probation.
Why don't you get on the camera? Because you're being really disrespectful to the court right now by aiming the camera at your ceiling and not addressing the court to her face. Like, he won't even show his face. Like, I've never seen a court that would allow that. Most of the time, you're required to show your... Ow! 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 Hey! Hey! Ow! 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 Hey! The hell? What? Don't you snort at me. Ow! 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 Hey! What the hell? You want to play with you, but you're gonna bite the shit out of me. No, thank you. No.
That's not justifiable for punishment for what I did.
No.
What I did is it doesn't even include probation for the punishment.
Your Honor, Mr. Allen's statements to me was I did not disclose to him that probation was a possible sentence.
Probation ain't part of the
Stop
punishment.
interrupting the record, Mr. Allen.
So I want to pull my plea because.
Stop interrupting the record. Your attorney's speaking right now. Just for a moment.
And I do not recall telling him that yes, probation could be part of the court sentence, or that no, probation wouldn't be part of the sentence. I just assumed that that Mr. Allen knew that probation could be part of the court sentence.
Okay.
So I understand that, sir. Nevertheless, Your Honor, there has been a breakdown in this relationship, and I can no longer in good faith continue this representation, Mr. Allen, not only for the defendant, protecting the defendant's interests, but also now my own interests, because I'm in a position where I could be looking at a possible grievance if I continue representation at this juncture.
Okay.
Did y'all hear his big woofs? He barked at me. Exactly. This guy is like he's not even going to show his disrespectful ass face. He's being belligerent and like openly disrespectful. Exactly, yeah. Did y'all hear Gandalf? He was sitting there barking at me. He's got a cute little bark, but shit, I think somebody snuck some caffeine or sugar into his food, because Jesus. Don't look at me like that. Attack your toy, not your mommy. I'll be right back. I gotta go change the laundry to the dryer.
Mr. Allen,
Yes, ma'am.
You like that?
so you're telling this court that the matters that you have on your criminal record, that those have all been dismissed?
No, I said I qualified for the clean slate law, and it was my understanding that my past record would not be brought up against me. But here I am, and everything on my record is.
We're gonna take one thing at a time. You understood that you were eligible for the clean slate law, so what does that mean to you?
The lady the representative told me that we went over my record, the CCW on my record, the false report of a misdemeanor, the attempt to receive and concealing, all that was supposed to be erased off my record. It was never supposed to be brought up against me ever again. I was told if I got in trouble again, that none of this would be brought up against me. It would be like I'm getting in trouble again for the first time. So therefore, the probation.
Which convictions are those, sir?
Huh?
Which convictions are those that you're speaking of?
The CCW conviction from 1997, the false report of a misdemeanor from 2004, and attempted receiving and concealing from like 2012 or whatever, or 2010 or whatever that year was. All of them are more than 10 years ago. You made them supposed to be. Well, whatever the year was for the attempted receiving and concealing.
Okay, that's not on here, sir.
Okay, so well, everything else, so there should be nothing on my record.
That's not true.
Exactly, Shelly. That last picture you sent me, yeah, he's attacking me. Now he's sitting here pouting because I made him quit. He was getting too rough. Oh, now you're sorry. You're gonna come over here and pout. I love you, but I can't let you eat me alive. No. I do love you though. You're so pitiful. Are you seriously gonna pout at me right now? Sir, are you gonna lay down on my lap? You gonna be nice to me yeah? You gonna be nice to me now? Yeah? You're so pitiful. Yeah, you see that? I bleed. Now he's kissing up. He's a baby. Him is a baby. He's a vicious baby, but he's a baby. I love you, you little gremlin. He is. He's a little gremlin. Shelly's made an AI picture, and it was like, it was perfect. I'll be right back.
That's not true.
But there shouldn't be nothing on my record then.
You have a number of criminal convictions, more than just what you spoke of. And the clean slate law, there are certain convictions that are automatically wiped off per the Michigan State Police, from the Michigan State Police per that law.
Yeah.
Sir, the court is looking at some of these, and if
You're
are
trying to prosecute me for my past. Say it.
Sir, the court doesn't prosecute. Let's clarify that. The court doesn't prosecute. If you are eligible for any of these convictions, sir, to be removed from your record, then you have to follow the steps that have to occur, right? There's motions to set aside, there's applications to set aside convictions and whatnot. So those are the steps that have to be followed. Some of these are not automatically wiped off.
Can I say something though? I was told since I was a Detroit resident that it does automatically get wiped up. I didn't have to do nothing. The system would automatically update itself as a Wayne County resident. That's what I was told.
Detroit resident or
A
Wayne County?
Detroit resident, I'm sorry, as a
Okay.
Detroit resident, if the system was supposed to update itself and erase itself, I didn't have to do nothing.
Okay, well, I have to tell you, that's the first I've heard of that. I haven't heard that anything is
Well,
resident
you
specific.
probably haven't had to go down there and talk to somebody that had your record expunged either.
Sir,
Man,
I'm still given the laws to review when they're passed and then they're enacted. So I don't recall seeing anything about being resident specific. And then why would it be only a benefit of Detroit residents if it's a state statute? So whatever that is, I don't know. I don't know if there's a misunderstanding somewhere. I don't know.
ignorance ain't an excuse for not knowing the law.
You're correct,
Ain't that
sir.
what you tell me? That's what you would tell me?
Don't presume what I would tell somebody or you. Do not presume that, sir. Now, as well as whether or not probation is something that is, a possible consequence, okay? Probation is something that the court would order in lieu. Sir,
Excuse me.
those gestures are not necessary. The gesture of money, money, money,
That's what you
not
want, right?
necessary. No. Probation is something that courts impose in lieu of jail, sir. Now, under MCL 769.5, have you reviewed that one, sir?
No, I haven't.
Okay, then I would suggest you review it, because that gives the court judicial discretion if it determines that there is a rebuttal, that the presumption has been rebutted to sentence somebody to probation. Now, if you don't agree to probation, that's your right. And the court also has the right then to impose jail, if that's what the court determines it's going to do. The court also has the right to impose fines and costs only. The court has a lot of judicial discretion, sir, in imposing sentencing. So,
With all due respect, I apologize, Your Honor. I just feel like the recommendation by the probation department is way too harsh for a first-time misdemeanor offense. That's all I'm saying.
okay, and sir,
If
you
want
have
to
the right to
whatever,
have, sir, you have the right to have that opinion.
I
You
just
absolutely have the
wanted
right to that
I just
opinion.
wanted to say that, Your Honor. I apologize. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just don't agree with the punishment for the crime. That's all. If you put me on probation, I feel like you're setting me up for failure. That's
And
all.
why is that?
Because first of all, I'm on SSI. My $900 a month is gone before I get it. I don't have no.
Let's clarify, you're not giving it to me, sir. Let's clarify, you're not giving me money.
But I'm saying I don't have any money to give anybody, is what I'm saying. The 90 days, my license has been suspended for the maximum 90 days. I haven't seen my granddaughter, my goddaughter, or my kids in over 30 days. I'm stressed out, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm sorry.
Okay, sir, I can understand and appreciate all
I feel
that.
like,
But let me just clarify.
this is my first time.
Let me clarify,
I feel
sir.
like this is more
This
punishment.
court does not suspend your license. The Secretary of State did that.
I understand it, but it's still a punishment, a part of the law of the punishment. And I've gone through that punishment. And now I'm hurting because I can't see my own kids now.
And why can't you see them?
Because my license are suspended.
They can't come to see you?
My son don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, she goes to nursing school. She's a full-time mother
Okay, so where does your daughter live?
in Woodhaven.
Okay, and you reside?
I live in Detroit, and it
Okay.
costs a lot of money to take an Uber back and forth that I don't have the money for.
Okay, what a bicycle? What about a bicycle? What about somebody
I'm
else?
disabled. I'm gonna ride a bike from Detroit to Woodhaven.
Sir,
You're asking me, man, this is ridiculous, man.
I'm just asking options.
Can I just get a fine and go about my way, man?
And sir,
You're trying to punish me too much for a first-time misdemeanor offense. I've never been arrested for anything alcohol.
Harry, I swear to God, those fucking stairs don't have a back. You know how some stairs don't have a backboard? You can see through, like, into the space under the stairs, and it's all dark and creepy, and something absolutely could reach through there and grab you. So fuck you, Harry. Ooh, I felt like something was walking behind me. Like if I turned around, something would be looking me in my face the entire time I was going up the stairs. Because the light that goes over the staircase would actually shine into somebody's bedroom and wake them up. That's why. What are you doing? Yeah, I used the one on my cell phone.
Related. This is a 90-day misdemeanor. You're talking 12 to 18 months probation. That's not, that doesn't fit the punishment of the crime, man. That's too harsh. Even with the criminal record that I have, 12 to 18 months probation ain't even, is too harsh.
What are you
I haven't committed any crime. I haven't been convicted of anything in more than 15 years. This is the first time misdemeanor offense. It should be a fine and my license suspended and have a nice day, sir. If I come back here again 2 or 3 times and keep drinking and driving, yeah, then I can see getting 90 days and all these probation and all this. But this is the first time misdemeanor offense. I feel like you're being way too harsh on me.
Sir, I haven't assessed anything at this point.
But I already know what you're gonna do. I sat in your courtroom and watched you sentence 10 people. And ain't nobody walked out of here with under $2,000 in fines, all kind of probation and everything, bro, for misdemeanors.
Okay.
This guy just got all this for all these probations and did 2 years probation. And he did assault and all this, and you're trying to give me 12 to 18 months probation for a simple misdemeanor?
Sir, first of all,
How could they even recommend that, bro?
your conviction is eligible for early discharge. So if you wanted to start comparing the
It's
cases,
not eligible.
stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me. If you want to compare cases, then you need to have all the facts. You don't know all the facts on every case. This court takes every case, every individual that comes before it, and reviews the report, the recommendation, criminal history, what other special circumstances there are before this court fashions a sentence. Now, it may seem from your perspective that they're very similar.
Guys, I'm gonna tell you, you've got to stay away from Yoplay's whips, because I've started getting Yoplait whips vanilla cream, and it's like a vanilla mousse but with yogurt. I wouldn't hate to have her as a judge. As long as you're respectful, they will be respectful to you. But it's like Yoplait yogurt, but they're whipped. So it's like, it tastes like cheesecake is what it tastes like. It tastes like really light and airy, like cheesecake mousse, basically. And it's fucking addictive. No, but he's been sitting there disrespecting her the entire time. This is vanilla. It's like Yoplait yogurt. They're called Yoplait whip, WHIPS. And the flavor of this one is vanilla cream. And it's like a vanilla mousse, but it's so light and airy. Like it basically disintegrates in your mouth. It tastes like fucking cheesecake, is what it tastes like. And they're freaking delicious. They're too damn good. because like I've been on a kick where I just want yogurt here lately. I don't want anything else. I just want yogurt. I don't know why I'm craving yogurt so much, but like there's been a couple of days where that's all I've eaten for breakfast, lunch, or supper, whichever one I eat. So I've been eating the fucking yogurt as a whole meal. I mean, I'm still cooking, but I'm not eating what I'm cooking. I'm cooking for other people. And I'm eating the yogurt instead because I don't know. I may be deficient in like calcium or something. I'm trying to figure it out, but these things are sinfully good. So I'm gonna tell you, stay the fuck away from them because if you start eating these fuckers, you'll be addicted to them. Yeah, you do. I get it, but like throughout this whole thing, he's been crazy disrespectful to her though. I've seen this judge when people treat her appropriately. She's actually a great judge. She's blunt, but she's fair. She's kind of like me. She's objective. She just doesn't like being disrespected. But if you approach her with respect, she'll give you respect. But in that same vein, again, she's like me. I will give you whatever energy you come at me with. I'm not a bitch and I'm not mean. I match energy. And if you come at me with nasty energy, I'm going to give back to you nasty energy. Only I'm going to amp it up about 10 notches and I'm going to be 100 times nastier to you. If you come at me sideways, I'm coming at you sideways. I'm not mean and I'm not hateful. I will match your fucking energy though. That's where a lot of people get me fucked up. They think because I'm little or because I'm quiet that I'm just a pushover or they can run all over me and just do any fucking thing they want to me. You got me fucked up, bitch. You do. Because if you come at me sideways and you give me nasty energy, I'm going to fucking come for you. Full force. And I'm not gonna fucking show mercy because I don't know the meaning of the word. Because mercy left the door wide the fuck open when you came at me sideways. When I was going through what I was going through and you put me through what you put me through, yeah, mercy done fucked off. Like, I'll have mercy for a couple of people, but there's a handful of people that need to pray that they don't ever need to rely on my compassion or mercy because it'll be a cold day in hell before they get it. Yeah, but he also had prior offenses. I don't know.
Because some circumstances, right, some offenses benefit from similar rehabilitative conditions.
It's a simple misdemeanor charge, man.
That's your opinion, sir. That's fine.
Blown out of proportion. That's all I'm saying.
Well, sir,
If I
you also
come back
have
2 or 3
you also have the
times,
option of after you consume the beers to have somebody else drive you home. Then you wouldn't be here.
you're right. And I really want to go to trial because making me blow 13 breathalyzers and charging me with something that with only one. You notice I was falsely arrested anyways. I was falsely arrested. Officer told me, I don't like how you're talking to me. If you don't quiet down, I'm taking you to jail for disorderly conduct. That's not disorderly
Okay,
conduct.
stop, you're done. I'm gonna.
I want
have
to
you-
withdraw my plea and go to trial.
Sir, stop talking, please. Stop talking. The court's going to grant Mr. Arata's motion to withdraw based on the breakdown of the attorney-client relationship as far as, the direction of resolution. It appears that there's a clear, difference of opinion. Mr. Allen, are you intending to retain
Oh, yes,
other counsel?
I'm gonna hire another lawyer. Somebody that's gonna fight for me. I took this plea to be cool, you know? I wanted to go to trial the whole time. I took
Sir,
the plea
you don't need
under
to keep
my
talking.
lawyers.
Stop
Okay,
talking.
I'm just
Stop
saying.
talking. As of now, this is still scheduled for sentencing until this court receives a written motion regarding a plea withdrawn. So, sir, when you have when whoever it is that you're going to be speaking to and retaining, when your attorney sees that on the docket it's scheduled for sentencing, that's because that is what's currently on the docket for procedure.
Another thing I want to address real quick. You know why you don't see me up here going after people who donate to Lisa? You know how I don't do that? Do you know why? Because while, yes, there are a million fucking reaction channels covering Lisa Richard. So yeah, pretty well everybody at this point knows Lisa's a scammer. But you also need to recognize that 90% of the people calling Lisa Richard out have been exposed themselves for being scammers. And let me break this down for those in the back who can't think for themselves or don't own one active brain cell in their whole fucking head. For the rest of us out here, the ones with common sense, we can understand being duped, and we can also understand not relying on the reaction channels currently getting exposed for being a fucking liar reaper, not taking anything they say to heart because the reaction channels are fucking liars and scammers and grifters and con artists. So you cannot sit there and look me straight in my face and say, well, we can blame her for not taking what these other scammers are saying seriously. No, ma'am, because what you have all done, all of you who have been exposed for being con artists, scamming bags of shit, what you have done is lend Lisa credibility. Because if you're sitting there calling out Lisa Richard for getting money, if you're calling out Lisa Richard for being a scammer, if you're calling out Lisa Richard for being a con artist, if you're calling out Lisa Richard for being a fucking liar, reaper, and then you turn around and get exposed for being 100 times worse than Lisa Richard, nobody can blame that woman for not believing you, Reaper, and giving Lisa Richard the benefit of the doubt, because everyone who attacked her and called her out and ran stream after stream after stream, day in, day out, calling her out for scamming, and then you get exposed for scamming, it does make one think, well, maybe Lisa isn't everything they say she is. Maybe I should give Lisa Richard a chance. It's not that far-fetched. Because a lot of people have come at me for not believing them when they tell me somebody in my subscriber is a bad person. Okay, well, pardon me for not listening to you because I've sat here and listened to you come over here and call me all these things and accuse me of a bunch of shit I didn't do nor say. So pardon me if I don't believe you when you tell me some people in my audience aren't good people. Do you really blame me for not listening to the same people who doxed my children? Oh, yes, I'm going to listen to the same person who doxed my fucking family to a fucking convicted pedophile. Why, yes, let me listen to every word that the same person who doxed the father of my children says. Let me just sit here and listen to the same people who fucking terrorized me while I was trying to fight for my fucking life. Not just my life, but the life of my kids. All the while, they're kicking the shit out of me while I'm trying to escape a DV situation. And save my family. So, can you honestly blame me for not taking anything those people say seriously? You want to sit there and gripe how you told me this or that person was convicted of this or that and me not believe you. Can you honestly blame me for that? Because you've put out false information on me. And I'm going to sit here and tell you that whoever the fuck is going around telling people that I claim to have a purple heart, are you fucking regarded? I have never said that. I don't know where the fuck that came from. All I have ever said on military shit is, yeah, I joined the army, and that's all I've ever fucking said about it. Matter of fact, after I said that much, I'm like, I don't talk about it. And the only reason that even made it to this fucking platform was because of somebody asking me about it because we were watching some shit on military people. I don't have a fucking purple heart. I've never claimed I had a purple heart. That's fucking stupid. And whoever the fuck is going around telling people that, you need to quit it. You going around claiming I said this and I said that. No, the fuck I didn't. And I can count on one hand the time I've even said that much about it. That has never been part of my fucking platform. Not ever. I don't know, April. Somebody's going around telling people that I'm claiming I have a fucking purple heart. I never fucking said that. Not one time have I ever said that. Nor would I. It's disgraceful. And the fact that they're saying I did pisses me off because no, I didn't say that. Like most of the people in this chat have never even heard me say I even joined the military because it's not fucking part of my platform. But yet you're grasping at straws because why? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's never been part of my platform, but yet because you got called out about lying about me being an actual DV victim, because proof came out that I wasn't fucking lying, and now you're sitting there eating crow and catching fucking criticism because I have fucking proof out there now that all the shit I said was fucking true, and that you and your fucking gaggle of goonies were fucking attacking me when I was going through all of that. Not only that's coming out, but the fact that you sit there and you fucking white knighted and bought the book of my abuser and contacted him. Congratulations. You bought the book of an abuser and not just of me. You know, that person you thought they were better off with? Yeah, you were wrong. And now that all of his shit has come out and how horrible he actually was, but I couldn't fucking say anything because I had somebody standing on my goddamn throat. I wasn't safe, and you fuckers made me more unsafe. You have never been more fucking wrong in your life. And I fucking love that people are finally calling you out for your fucking bullshit. Love it for you because you've been proven to be an unreliable source of information because all the bullshit you spread has come out to be bullshit. Your fucking hate mongering and your fucking grandstanding and white knighting social justice bullshit, yeah, you flopped. And that shit backfired on you bigger than shit. I love that for you because it's about time. You got fucking exposed for being the lying piece of shit you are. Go scam off of somebody else's trauma because that seems to be all you're good at. Better yet, go dumpster diving for some more McDonald's game tokens. Or go send somebody else's husband your lewds for a fucking laptop. Bitch, nobody wants to see your fucking lewds. You nasty bitch. They do. And the funny thing about that one creator in particular is she is notorious for twisting people's words and gaslighting the fuck out of people to the point all of her quote unquote friends have run away screaming from her because she is so fucking insufferable that nobody can deal with her for long periods of time. But yeah, so in closing, I'm going to say you can eat a bag of dicks if you can chase one down because I don't know of anybody who would willingly let you touch their dick because you nasty. Not even your own mama wants you, so fuck you. Ooh, this one's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Go.
Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go. Freak.
Let's check in with Tracy Phillips. She is a pro se defendant in court security. Now, Miss Phillips, you're charged, we're not on the record yet, but Miss Phillips, you're charged with a tag violation, another form of tag violation,
What?
no liability insurance, and not changing your address. We are set for trial. Are you wanting to have a trial on that, Miss Phillips, or do you want to try to talk to the county attorney and come to a resolution? What's your plan on this, since you're representing yourself?
I'm sorry, I just assume be done with it. I mean, I can talk.
Oh my God, her face. She's got one of those faces that just makes you want to fucking vomit. Blech. She's got a very unfortunate looking face. But then again,
Todd Wetlow on the.
then again, all of the hating ass bitches that are talking shit on me currently, all three of them, all of them have unfortunate looking faces. One of them looks like the Wish version of Jay Leno if Jay Leno did meth. Oh shit, this one gets juicy. Post a link, we'll look at it.
The calendar.
Oh, yeah. I'm
They
sorry.
filed a motion to revoke bond. He has 3
Next
cases.
page. Yeah.
Good morning.
So
Good morning, y'all.
So, Mr. Wedlow, there's a motion to revoke bond. Why isn't he in court?
And Your Honor, I spoke with counsel this morning, and I informed him that I would ask for him to appear in person because it was a motion to revoke bond.
And it should have said that on the notice.
Judge, my understanding is Mr. Wedlow, I did speak to him about that typically we do motions to revoke bond.
Not typically,
But he informed
all
me.
the time.
Excuse me, ma'am. You didn't request that. And remember last time we had spoken, I didn't know. I had no idea. I'm not to disrespect the court.
And so,
Mr. Lynch, Mr. Wedlow, I always say if it's a motion to revoke bond, you're coming in person. Also, the notice says that if it's a motion to revoke bond, it's in person in the courtroom. Also, Mr. Lynch, I'm gonna need you to say it with your chest. We don't just typically do it in court for a motion to revoke bond. We do it all the time. Motion to revoke bond, they're gonna appear in person in the courtroom. Now, the last time we had one and you said, well, if they're appearing in person, I want all the witnesses in person. And I said, bet, we can do that, no problem, all day. But if I'm gonna do a motion to revoke bond, I wanna be able to lay my eyes on the people. I wanna know that if I grant them.
That's what you say?
Mr. Wedlow, you need to mute your microphone while the judge is talking.
You can.
That's probably what the problem is. He talking while somebody else is talking. He not listening to the part that said, you're supposed to be in the courtroom when I do a motion to revoke bond. Because people talk too much. They talking while I'm talking or somebody else is talking, trying to give them instructions. They're not listening because they talk about what they want to think about.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
No.
Mr. Wedlow,
Now it's not the time. You don't want this talk. Now it's not the time. Because if you wanted to say something to me, you would have followed the instructions that I gave you, which was to be in court. All right, now what were you saying, Ms. Ponder, about this motion to revoke bond?
Your Honor, the state is still requesting that Mr. Wedlow appears in person. We have several cases on the calendar, but the state is making that request.
Now, Mr. Lynch, may I hear from you?
Judge, we would consent to have this, or we would to have this continue to a further date and have.
I bet you would, other than me sending out a bench warrant and having county Uber pick up Mr. Wedlow. I'm sure you would consent to that.
Judge, so I understand the court's.
Wedlow has 2 cases that have violent content. He has battery cases in 2024, and he has another case of battery in that's a 2024 case. And so he's already got 2 cases pending. If his bond conditions say what I think they say, then it is more likely than not he has violated his bond conditions, just on the fact that he picked up another case after the first case. So, Mr. Wedlow, is he in the state of Georgia?
Yes, Judge.
Where is he?
I believe he's a resident of Clayton County, Judge.
Well, he needs to get his resident self into court within the next 20 minutes before I have to send county Uber to go get him. And
Before not county Uber. I've never heard it called that. Before I have to send county Uber to go and get him, I suggest he get his ass to court. She ain't playing, dude. She mad.
I am telling you, it will not be a 5-star ride.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, next.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hey, Mr. Wedlow, as your attorney, I would advise not just directly getting at the judge. And if you have a question that is relevant to you coming up here, please text it to me and I will.
Can you please send me your number again, sir? Excuse me, I don't mean to disrupt the court or anything of that nature.
Yes, sir. You got the same phone that we spoke on?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm gonna send you my number in the chat on this. Look in the chat, okay?
Yes, sir.
Shepard Wedlow, who seems to still be on the screen. He must have really good internet, because if he was making his way to the courthouse, then he probably would have logged off by now. And Williams.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Actually, I have no way, and I'm trying to figure out a way, ma'am.
Your Honor, may the state would like to share its screen with the court momentarily for a moment. The state has a copy of Mr. Wedlow's rule nisi that says that he is to be in court today. If the court would like to see it.
I don't have to see it, Mr. Tipton. I know what my order says.
Yes.
I'm clear that he's supposed to be in court. It's
She said, I don't have to see it. I know what my order says. I love her. I don't have to see it. I know what my order says. I'm clear. She's got so much sass. I love it.
It seems Mr. Wedlow is the only one who is clueless about the fact that he should be here as opposed to on the screen, because I know what my order says. I'm clear on that.
I'm trying, ma'am. I'm on my way. Any way possible.
Your Honor, if Mr. Wedlow does not appear in time by the close of calendar, state would request that the court revoke his bond based on failure to appear in person during the motion to revoke bond.
That's on the table.
The defense would, well, Judge.
Yes, Mr. Lynch.
So my understanding is that Mr. Wedlow's trying his best to get up, so.
That's your understanding, Mr. Lynch? Because if he was trying his best, he'd have been on a bus this morning at 6 o'clock, or walking. I've had people walk the court, and I have a lot of respect for that. Or one of the 3 to 5 people I saw with the Wedlow last name could have given him a ride.
Well, Judge, they couldn't have, based on the orders of the court.
I'm trying to get an Uber now. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get an Uber now. I can't walk that far in that short of a time. I'm trying to get an Uber now.
Okay.
Please give me a second. Please. I'm not trying to disrespect the court in any way.
Okay.
I'm on my way. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So we're
Ooh, wait. I don't know what that look was, but it was probably the look of decimation and destruction, and she's fixing to tear that ass up. But am I wrong for saying, gosh dang, that was hot? I would definitely smash that judge. Whew, girl, don't be looking at me like that. Do not threaten me with a good time, ma'am. I would totally smash. Like, I don't know. I just found it extremely hot when she gave that "I will destroy you" look. Mm. I'm fucked up for that, I know. I love me a fierce woman, though. I really do. I love me a good, fierce, fiery woman. Whew. Might do me a fan up in here.
we're
And
waiting.
I'm on the way now.
Mr. Wedlow, what did I tell you?
I'm so sorry, ma'am, if I disrespect.
I need you to stop interrupting me.
Ooh, did oh, you boy. She's fixing to fuck his whole world up. I could tell by that sweet little face she made and how she put her little hands in her little over her face like a little cherub. I think that's sexy as hell. A woman who knows how to carry herself and a woman with fire in her gut and a fucking sassy ass attitude. Give me that all day long. I like a good fire. And but that look she gave, she tried to give the innocent, sweet, cherub like face. The sweet and innocent face. She's about to fuck his whole world up. I know that look. I've given that look before, right before I totally wreck somebody's shit. That's exactly the look I give and the tone I take. I know exactly what she about to do. Oof. Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, have we not already discussed this, April? I think we've already established that that is not a threat to me, that I would take that as foreplay. Like that is not the deterrent you think it is, April. Promises, promises. Fuck, I'd let her. I'd probably enjoy it. She cute. I mean, fuck, I can do worse. She cute, especially when she get fiery.
Mr. Lynch? We have any idea how long Mr. Wedlow is going to take to get to the courthouse in Clayton County when he lives in Clayton County?
He indicated to be about 11 minutes
From,
from now.
Okay. Go.
Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go. Freak. Rah.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Isaiah Cowens from the petition for revocation.
all right, Mr. Collins, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Chang, you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony that you give in this matter will be true?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Collins, you can put your hand down, sir. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Isaiah Emmanuel Collins, and you have two cases that were adjudicated before this court.
It would definitely be her. I am not a dominant. I am a submissive in that way. In the world, like out there in public, I'm very dominant. But in the context in which you're referring to it, I am not the dominant. If that makes sense.
2021 CR 03948 and 2023 CR 04882. You were before this court for speeding 35 plus miles an hour over the limit, driving on a suspended or revoked license, red light violations, and on the 4th day of January 2024, you were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 3 months and 29 days remaining. You failed to report on January 10th, January 22nd, February 27th, April 23rd, May 2nd of May 23rd, June 27th, July 7th, and within 10 days of July 23rd, 2024, as directed. You last reported to probation on June 26th of 2024. You failed to document proof of completing a driver improvement course, and you failed to complete community service. You have failed to document completing 73 hours of community service in lieu of the fines. You've documented no hours. All right. So, Mr. Collins, why haven't you done anything I asked you?
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Cowens has completed the driver improvement course. He's informed me that his proof of completion on his telephone, which he is in the custody of the county at this time, but can provide proof once he has access to his telephone. The failures to report are accurate.
Yes, ma'am.
The failures to report are accurate as stated in the petition. As for failure to complete community service, in lieu of fines, he has paid $1,046 in fines, and we have a receipt of that transaction, and that took place on May 7th of this year, Your Honor, May 7th of 2025.
Mr. Collins, why couldn't you do what I asked you to do?
Your Honor, I do apologize, but I did welcome home a newborn, and I was working 12-hour shifts, and I was the only one working in my household. It was really tough trying to make ends meet, but I do apologize for not completing it, Your Honor.
Your Honor, with regard to the payments, his father did make a payment of $1,046, which was the fine balance of $596 and supervision fees in the amount of $450. That did not cover, however, the fine on count one of this sentence. Those.
Something tells me this kid's about to get his ass locked up. Let me find a different video.
one for missing appointments and failure to provide a UA. And that was for May of this year, May 5th and 6th. And she was to report in on 5/17/24 for that sanction. It was to be 2 days in the county jail. That sanction comes after her other sanctions. She was to have a 3-day weekend on 10/8 and a 3-day sanction on 10/15 as well. Both of these are for having positives in failing to refrain from using substances. So she's been given 4 sanctions in this case without having to come here and stand for formal revocation in front of the court. So with that being said, she's been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And I'm very well aware of how drug court tries to bend over backwards to work with people, give them a chance to have rewards for doing well, because they do reward those that do well. They have the programs that have the ability to find mentors, prior drug court graduates that come in and cheerlead the ones that are going through the program. They have extra people that help you to do treatment programs. And we had the ISO from the 31st Judicial District here earlier when she was originally scheduled. And that ISO was not able to be here now at this time. And I'm pretty sure I knew what she was going to say because I had a conversation with them. And I also know that there was a drug bust in Neosho County that Miss Roundtree was at. And she's been given extraordinary chances to follow through. I just don't think that she is amenable to treatment. And when she was ordered to do this last sanction, you got to be there to do your sanction and you got to show up. And so as many chances as she's been given more than almost anyone else I've ever seen. And she has not availed herself of those chances.
Sir, can I see why I wasn't available for that?
I'll give you an opportunity to address the court later. All right. Mr. Paul, on behalf of your client, what are your recommendations regarding an appropriate disposition?
Judge, this is her, I would say, first formal probation violation in front of you, Your Honor. The first time that she's had counsel, she has waived it in the past. Judge, she does work in Chanute, Kansas. She's worked there she's had her same job for many years now. As it is very apparent, Miss Campbell Roundtree has a substance abuse issue. And it's probably a little more serious than she thinks it is. And so, Judge, I would ask that you sanction her appropriately and reinstate her probation at this time.
Very well, Mr. Paul. Ms. Campbell Roundtree, you wish to address the court and make a statement at this time in mitigation of punishment?
Sorry, yes. I've always abided by my sanctions, and I go to my outpatient group. I always get in class and with my ISO that my daughter started having a drug problem, and that was really weighing on me really hard. And that same Friday, she was having delusions and whatever. An ambulance was called for her. And so an ambulance came and they came and found her out, not knowing what was going on. They got the police. The police had they got a search warrant for the house. So I was at work at the time. She was at the hospital. They searched the house, and basically everything was found in her room except for some paraphernalia. I've been addressing this for about a month or so at my outpatient group and with my ASO, how concerned I was about this. So that Friday, they searched the house. They arrested all of us, my husband, me, and my daughter, and we all had to stay in the Neosho County Jail. That's why I didn't make my sanction. Otherwise, I have complied with everything. I paid everything off. I've
Okay, let me back up a minute. So you didn't report for your sanction because you had been taken into custody? She'd been arrested?
Yeah, with the whole family. The whole family was. Because we all.
Did you bond out then? Did you bond out?
Yeah, several days later. It was like several days later.
Did you then report to the jail as soon as you bonded out?
Yes. Yes, I did. I tried to.
Did that be confirmed by you, Ms. Gillette?
What, Your Honor?
Did she voluntarily surrender herself after she was released from custody apparently after this drug bust?
She was arrested. They arrested her. We got the warrant over to drug court and they arrested her when she showed up into drug court.
But I reported my ISO immediately after I got out. I had a friend call her my ISO until I was in there. I didn't know they knew that. And I tried to call her when they were arresting me, but they said I only had, phone.
Campbell Roundtree, hang on a second. I'm just trying to understand the whole sequence of events here.
Okay.
So you got arrested and you're saying you couldn't show up for the sanction that Mr. Ketley had essentially imposed upon you because you'd been arrested. Then you got released on bond, but you didn't go to the jail. You went to go see your ISO on the 31st instead. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct. I called her and said, hey, I just got out of jail. What do you mean do? She said, go to drug court tomorrow. It's like late at night. Go to drug court. And then they arrested me at drug court because I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea. I went to drug court.
Did you think that we were just going to let it go when you were supposed to?
No, sir, I did not. I didn't know what to do. I was asking my ISO what to do. I reported to her.
Did she even know that you had a sanction that you were to report to the jail for?
Right, but I was letting her know. I let her know that's where I was. That's why I wasn't there. And she said, okay, you have drug court tomorrow because it's late at night. Report to drug court tomorrow. I said, okay. She said, come to me first. At the time, I was wearing the drug patch that you wear instead of taking UAs. You wear a patch, and they check that, which is clean. I can prove I was clean. That's what my ASO Jackie told me to do at the time.
All right, so what do you think this court should do due to your non-compliance? Ms. Campbell?
I know I owe a sanction. I do know I owe that, but I've been complying with everything. I'm trying really hard. I work, I take care of my family. I do all that. And I've been struggling with this problem with my daughter now for like months. Peggy at Ready Recovery is my outpatient counselor, which I still go to couple times every week. I go to her. And I've been talking about this for a while with her about this because of the struggle. And then that happened. So, but I informed Jacqueline of all of this. I had a friend call her while we were in jail in Neosho about being in jail and about my sanction. So she could let somebody know that I wasn't just blowing it off because I was not.
All right, very well. Ms. Campbell Roundtree, I'll consider what you said.
Okay.
I don't know that I agree with this one. Because if her monitor came back clean and she wasn't doing drugs actively. And she was locked up when she was supposed to be in court because of something that happened outside of her control. I don't think they should have violated her on that because she clearly contacted somebody.
Have you been getting your parenting time?
I don't believe that he needs any more parenting time.
She's wanting him to come home, unwillingness to follow your rulings.
And I slammed the door in your face how many times? No, what's
In
going
today's
on?
case, a mom refuses to follow court orders, ignoring multiple rulings and keeping dad from his kids. Now, she's back in court to explain herself. Again, the judge, beyond done, and when the ruling drops, let's just say she does not take it well. Buckle up.
This time and place set for the show cause hearing in this matter for contempt for failure to provide parenting time. I'll let you know we're going to take some brief, testimony from the parties. I'll let everybody know that everybody will have an opportunity to speak. So don't interrupt anyone else or don't interrupt the court. You'll have an opportunity to speak your piece. So on the, we do have the show cause hearing. We also have the motion for change of custody and parenting time. I'm going to address the motion first because that will be the easiest matter to get resolved. So Mr. Kelly, you can proceed with your motion.
Your Honor, essentially, that motion is based primarily on the issues we've had ongoing in relation to compliance with the court order and my client getting parenting time. It's directly and impacts the child custody factors, and I'll name the ones that are impacted due to this withholding occurrence. The love, affection, and emotional ties existing between the parties. It looks at the emotional bond. Him being prevented from seeing his kids is preventing him to continue that emotional bond and nurture that emotional bond, which he had prior to this latest withholding that has started back on December 27th. Factor B, the capacity and disposition of the parties involved to give the child love and affection that focuses on the ability to, again, parent to foster an emotional bond in the future. He's having a hard enough time in the present, again, because she's not keeping in compliance with the court order, and he's not able to see these girls to be able to have a solid relationship and foster that relationship. The length of time they've lived in a stable, satisfactory environment, I'd submit to the court. Defendant's home is not stable, considering the allegations she's made that have been investigated by CPS twice, police twice, and both been denied. Nothing's come of it. Which leads me also to the moral fitness of the parties involved, which ties into the same factor. But we have to keep in mind, Your Honor, at the beginning of this case, he was charged with domestic violence in relation to her essentially going after him to get keys to his truck so she could get some pot and smoke it. As he's being arrested, she's telling him, "I want you to come home." He, of course, gets him on bond. He can't have any contact. Once the bond conditions get lifted, she's contacting him through text and saying, "Hey, let's meet you and the girls get together and we can go to the zoo, we can go to a park."
Okay, Mr. Kelly, how does this relate to your motion?
It's related to, Your Honor, again, the moral fitness involved, as well as the stable, satisfactory environment, in that she's accusing him of these girls. But before all this, she's wanting him to come home. She's wanting a relationship with him. She's wanting her family essentially reunified. Those two things don't jive together, Your Honor. And I would think that essentially it's a fabrication, which would go again to the moral fitness and also to the mental and physical health of the parties, Your Honor. You're making these allegations, these terrible allegations, but on the other hand, you're still wanting the same guy who's supposedly doing this.
It's also filing a false police report, which is also against the law. Listen, guys, I don't care how much you dislike your co-parent. Your children are not pawns in a game. They are not chess pieces. They are not pawns. They are not toys to be fought over. They are not possessions. You do not own them. They're kids. And they do not need to be caught in a never-ending fucking battle of tug of war. All that does is cause trauma, difficulty, chaos, destruction, depression, anxiety. I mean, it causes a whole slew of fucking problems. I put up with a lot of fucking bullshit so that I didn't put my kids in that kind of environment. I can't say this. I cannot say the same for the other party because a lot of things have come to light over this last year that I'm not going into on social media. But kids need to be kids. They don't need to be used as battering tools. You don't need to withhold them as a form of punishment because you aren't hurting the other parent, you're hurting the kids. That's not fair. You can't do that. Guys, don't do shit like this. Unless there's a real and present danger to your kids, you need to be following that court order. Because if you don't, it will often backfire on you, like it's about to on her. And it's not going to do anything but hurt your kids. Don't do shit like this.
This stuff to come into your house. Finally, Your Honor, the unwillingness and ability to facilitate and encourage a relationship. Again, this is the fourth motion we're here this morning on, Your Honor, for him to see his girls. She doesn't follow your court orders. She withholds them for no valid reason. And she's clearly shown she's not going to facilitate a relationship between him and his kids. I think that's more than enough that gets us over the threshold of a change in circumstance or proper cause, because these things are having a significant impact on these girls' lives in terms of having a relationship with their mother. So we would request, as part of our relief.
I would argue also, Mr. Attorney, that this also constitutes child abuse. She is using them as a tool of punishment by alienating them from their father to punish their father. That's child abuse. She's probably also gaslighting them and manipulating them and telling them all kinds of fucked up stories if she's going to court accusing him of what she's accusing him of. she's likely coached those kids. I don't, that's disgusting.
Do you set this matter for an evidentiary hearing? We're also requesting during the interim that my client get temporary parenting time starting today, and that he continue to have them until the evidentiary hearing, that mom's parenting time be supervised at her expense, because she's clearly shown an unwillingness to follow your rulings or to comply with your court orders. I think if you don't do that, she's going to take these kids and run, and we're going to be in a bigger mess than we are today.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Couch, if you wish to speak to the motion.
I had some statements, but it's just what I had submitted to the court.
Okay, go ahead, tell me, and then
Okay. Would you like me to stand?
whatever you wish. If it's more comfortable sitting, go ahead, but speak up a little. So
Okay. I said that his first statement was true, but the second statement that he said was false. I said I previously tried to change parenting time because of the videos the plaintiff had been watching. It was reported to Penfield's police department because plaintiff was previously residing in Penfield. I spoke to the sheriff where we looked at the videos together, and he told me that he would be conducting a search and not to address the matter to the plaintiff because he would need time to get 2 search warrants, and the investigation was never done. The next statement is also false. On December 27th, after the children's bath, Amelia Conley was heavily touching her private area. The fourth statement is false. CPS is not taking the proper steps to ensure the minor children's safety, and I did mention police involvement in the last hearing as well. The fifth statement is also false. Errors were made by the plaintiff's attorney. The sixth statement is also false. There is supposed to be a pending CPS case, and I was never told otherwise. CPS and I have spoken on numerous occasions and decided that the best course of action was therapy, which the minor children are attending at Summit Point. I do have proof of all of that as well. 7, that's also false. I was never told that they were declining to investigate the police. Number 8, it's false. In early 2024, my mom threatened to call CPS on me because of the children's odd behavior, requesting that I get them checked by the doctor. I had the doctor examine them at their 2-year checkup, and almost 2 months later, the plaintiff was arrested for domestic violence. I originally withheld the kids because of the plaintiff's knowing that the plaintiff was not mentally stable enough for unsupervised visitation, and I withheld the children again after finding videos and the minor. The 9th statement is true. The 11th statement is false. The 12th, I'm unsure of the plaintiff's employment, but the plaintiff has stopped paying child support, and I still stay at home with my children. Number 13, I have lived at the residence that the FOC has on file since December 10th, 2024. The 14th statement, I'm unsure of the plaintiff's relationship status. I have friends and family in Michigan, and I lived in Indiana until I was 18, and most of my family resides there. Number 15, I would like the court to consider changing the current custody orders and issue no further contact between the minor children and the plaintiff. Plaintiff should be held accountable for his actions regardless of stature or representation. That's all.
Okay, thank you. I don't need anything else, Mr. Kelly. What the court will do in this matter is the court has read the pleadings. Obviously, you're well aware of the file in this case. The court does believe that the plaintiff has met the VARCA threshold of proper cause, change of circumstances sufficient for an evidentiary hearing. So the court will schedule an evidentiary hearing in this matter. Mr. Kelly, you can proceed with your show cause hearing. Do you wish to take testimony from your client?
So that I could call as well. I just had 2.
Okay. Whichever you want to do first. Go ahead.
I could have Mr. Conley testify.
Okay, Mr. Conley, if you step forward, we'll have you sworn in, and then we'll take some testimony. And I say brief testimony. I don't need to get into.
Sure. We'll keep it straight because of going here.
All right, raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
So go ahead and have a seat, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Kelly.
Mr. Connolly, could you state?
I don't know if y'all caught that. But I think the bailiff might just be Irish. He's either Irish or Scottish. That was a very pronounced accent.
State your name and spell your last name for the record.
Zachary Donald Conley, Conley.
Also, I want to play a little game. Kind of like we do fact or capped with ghost hunters. I want to do a guessing game with these court proceedings. I think it could be fun. So if you think she gets busted lying in court and loses custody, a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you think she doesn't lose custody and gets away with it.
Are you the father of Amelia and Evelyn Connolly in this matter?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You currently have parenting time with them.
Yes,
What is your understanding of what the parenting time is supposed to be?
every other weekend and a day during the week, in the evening. Not my weekends, it's Wednesday through Friday.
Have you been getting your parenting time?
No,
Why not?
because she is refusing to let me see them.
And when you say she, who are you referencing?
Athena Couch.
Okay. Have you attempted to get your children from this couch?
Yes,
Have you called the police for their assistance?
yes.
What happened when the police got involved?
That she slammed the door in their face, denies them, and just tells them no.
Okay. Have you filed motions with the court to get parenting time?
Yes,
Has the court awarded you make up parenting time?
yes,
Most recently, did the court award you parenting time in January of this year?
yes,
Did you attempt to go pick the children up for that make up parenting time?
yes.
What happened?
She refused to give them to me again.
Do you approximately know how many days you have missed so far as simply your overnights for parenting time?
20.
Would you like the court to grant you some make up parenting time this morning?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Couch, do you have any questions for the plaintiff? No? Okay, thank you. You may step down then, sir. Next witness, Mr. Kelly.
Your Honor, we would call Lori Connolly.
Okay, Ms. Conley, step forward, please.
Lori Putnam, Your Honor.
Okay. You're gonna make me change my.
All right. Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Ma'am, could you state your last name again? Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Ms. Putnam, how do you know Mr. Connolly?
He is my son.
And how do you know Ms. Couch?
She is Zach's former girlfriend and the mother of my granddaughters.
You heard him just testify that he has parenting time with your granddaughters, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you assist him in pickup and drop offs for
I
parenting
do.
time? Okay. What do you do in that regard?
I go with him and walk up to the door with him to get the girls,
Okay.
to attempt to get the girls.
Has there been occasions when you have gone with him to go get the girls? And anything happened in regards to him actually getting the girls?
Prior to December 27th, yes. After December 27th, no, she refused.
Let's talk about prior to December 27th. What would happen?
We would go and we would wait for her to show up. When she'd show up, she'd let the girls out and they would come running up to Zach and we would take them.
Okay. Did something change after December 27th?
She just started refusing to give the give the girls his first visit that he was supposed to was I'm not sure, but I got a text from Athena on New Year's Day saying
Okay.
that she was going to refuse to give the girls.
And have you gone with him on subsequent occasions to attempt parenting time?
Yes.
Okay. And what has happened on those subsequent occasions?
Either she would not be home, he would text her and she would not respond, or if she was there, we'd knock on the door, she'd open the door and then just say no and slam the door in our face. So we would go back to the truck and call the police for the police to come out and assist.
And the police came out and assisted. That help in terms of actually getting parenting time to occur?
No, she just did the same thing to the police.
No further questions.
Okay, hold on, ma'am. Nope, you're not done. Just to clarify, that he talked about prior to the December 27th date, and the court had previously entered an order which provided for makeup parenting time, and that stated that the parenting time would oops, that the parenting time would again, the makeup would occur on January 27, 2025, and the plaintiff's motion states that he did appear on that date. Did you go with him on the January 27th date?
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened on that date?
She just refused. I don't know, either she refused or she wasn't there.
Okay. Okay. And you don't remember if she was not there or if she refused?
I don't remember that specific time.
Okay.
I have it written down at home, but I don't remember.
Okay, Ms. Couch, do you have any questions
I
of
do,
this witness?
yes.
She's about to fuck this up. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I haven't watched this video, but going off the title, I think she's going to get arrested. I think she's gonna lose custody. I think the judge is gonna give custody to the dad. And I think she's gonna be held in contempt and lose custody. I think he's going to be awarded custody, as he should, considering all the shit she's doing to those kids.
At what age did Zach Conley start wearing diapers?
Judge, I'm gonna object to it.
Ma'am, that is not germane.
No, I am.
Ma'am, what we'll do is we're here to determine whether there was parenting time. That's the show cause, okay? So that's what the purpose of this hearing is. So you can ask questions about the parenting time, compliance with the orders, etc. Okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
And you were at my residence on the 27th to pick up the children?
Oh, actually, on the January 27th?
Yes. Or December 27th. Or sorry, no, January 27th. I don't have anything written down.
Yes.
Okay. Even though the order was for the 29th. Wasn't that
whatever day, whatever judgment day.
So you
I don't know
just-
specific dates, whatever.
And I slammed the door in your face how many times?
Twice that I went by myself once because that was at an appointment.
And,
That you slammed the door in my face? I have it on video, yes.
and you came alone, correct?
I did that day, yes.
Okay. And then, that's all. That was all I have. I'm sorry.
So you basically just got up there to ask her when her son started wearing diapers, which had nothing to do with your custody case. What did him wearing diapers as a kid have to do with him getting parenting time? Then you ask her how many times you slammed the door in her face, which did not fucking help you, by the way. You are gaslighting and manipulating and abusing your kids by withholding them from their father to punish him for not wanting to be with you anymore. Judging by the text messages that you went over in this hearing, you begged him to come home and he didn't want to, and that's when you started withholding his kids from him in a way to as a way to punish him for not wanting to be with you. Probably because of your toxic narcissistic abuse. Probably because you were a fucking insufferable toxic liar too.
Okay, Mr. Kelly, any redirect?
No, Your Honor, no further questions, no further witnesses.
Okay, you may step down then. Thank you. Ms. Couch, do you wish to present any testimony or witnesses? No? Okay. Check that order because there was some Ms. Couch, you raised some issues concerning the I think it was the order of January 27th. I want to make sure if that was the time as well for the makeup parenting time. I believe it was, but
It was January 27th through February 9th.
okay, that's what I thought. And
I could have swore the pickup date was the 29th. I apologize. Well,
I want to make sure that it's correct so that there's no issue.
But I was not home at the time of pickups.
No. You've already talked to his mother stating twice that you slammed the door in her face because it was the 27th, not the 29th. And I can assure you, you were just as capable of picking up that court order and reading it as they are, and you knew good and fucking well that that was the pickup date. And you didn't want to turn them over because you're mad at him for not coming back to you.
And why is that?
Because he and I don't believe that he needs any more parenting time.
Okay.
What you believe is of no consequence, ma'am. The court order that judge issued says he was to pick up the kids on the 27th, regardless of what you believe, ma'am. You can't just defy a court order because you feel like it.
Understand that there's an order for parenting time.
And if it was your children, you would be sending them with him.
Yeah, I'm just asking you a question. You understand that it was parenting, that it was ordered.
Didn't you deny that? Didn't you go on base and deny it after the fact?
Not the other particular orders. I did deny an ex parte order at one point, but there were subsequent orders to that.
You guys did receive the pictures that I submitted to the court as well, correct?
Anything that was filed has been in the file.
I would love you to take that into consideration.
I would know for the court, I received no response to either of these pleadings for today's hearing.
Okay. Okay, the order is dated February 4, 2025. And it provided for makeup parenting time in Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, 2025. It also provided that the plaintiff would have the children with him on January 29th, 2025 at 6:00 p.m. until February 9th, 2025.
I have another question to ask you, sir.
Okay. Let me clarify that because this is the order dated February 4th. Did you provide parenting time on the January 29th?
No, I did not.
Okay. And we had at the last hearing addressed the issue of the CPS involvement. CPS, as Mr. Kelly has stated, has been involved twice before, and they've not had anything substantiated. Is that your understanding?
No, I have the CPS report right here, as well as Carla Titus's number. Now she said that her findings weren't. I need to take the kids to therapy to get the whole picture, from the kids, them talking, them playing, them, interacting with the therapist. And so that way they can go, they can go on record. And they are in therapy at Summit Point. Now this has just started, but they've already, said some things. That was one of my questions. Do you have the report from Summit Point? They told me that I needed to sign a release so that way they could contact you.
Okay, I'm not aware of any report from Summit Point. It may be in the file, it may not, but you've not introduced that today, and you don't have anyone that could speak to that from Summit Point as a witness in this case, which is what today's date is set for in this particular matter. So that is okay. Mr. Kelly, do you have any final argument in this matter?
As the court's already touched on a little bit, this is our fourth motion to try to get him parenting time. We simply want him to have his parenting time, with the threshold being met, Your Honor, and considering the behaviors, and I think it's going to be ongoing from this couch. We request that the children be turned over to him today, that he have custody and parenting time with the children until the evidentiary hearing occurs. We request mom's parenting time be supervised. We'd also request the assistance of law enforcement to pick the children up. I believe they're probably with her mother, who's likely going to take the same stance as Ms. Couch and refuse to turn them over. Maybe give them the authority, fails to do so, that she can be arrested. And in the meantime, Your Honor, we'd request a finding of contempt. Sanctions are doing nothing. You've sanctioned her $1,000, which she's voiced she's never going to pay. Doesn't have any impact on her. At this point in time, we request jail time, 30 days of jail time. Maybe that'll get her attention that she needs to follow your orders. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Couch, your closing argument.
I am acting I just want my kids to be safe. That's all.
No, ma'am. That is not it. You just want to punish your ex for leaving you. This has nothing to do with the kids outside the fact that the kids are the ones suffering because you can't get over yourself and grow up and follow court orders. And CPS has been involved multiple times and they had no findings, which means they investigated him thoroughly and found no cause for concern. Which means you are coaching them, and what they have said has probably come from you. And I guarantee you, if you talk to that therapist, they're going to probably say that the things the kids are saying sounds coached.
Okay, thank you. Well, the court has heard again, the testimony in this case. The court will note that, again, that apparently there had been a denial of parenting time, which is not.
I would also like to add that if the therapist had concern after talking with the children, that therapist is a mandated reporter. And should she have heard anything that caused concern, she would have had no choice but to turn that over to Child Services, and there would have been an investigation as a result. And there was not, and she did not, and she would have turned her findings over to the courts. And if you were just trying to protect your children, you would have brought a copy of that and submitted it into evidence if you were just concerned for your kids. If it was a legitimate concern, you would have bent hell and high water to get those reports in front of that judge. But because you didn't, I have a hard time believing that your concerns are legitimate.
Not disputed by the defendant. In fact, she acknowledges that she has in fact denied parenting time, and court notes that as a result, she has withheld the children, that she's failed to comply with the order of.
But there's reason, sir.
Excuse me?
There's reason,
Okay.
valid reason.
Okay, ma'am, you're done. You don't have time to speak at this point. Okay, you've had a chance to testify, you had a chance to do a final argument, so you're done. The court, she failed to comply with the order of June 13, 2024 for parenting time. She failed to comply with the order of December 2nd, 2024 for parenting time. There was an order of November 1, 2024 for makeup parenting time and attorney fees of $500. Again, there was an order for makeup parenting time dated February 4, 2025 for makeup parenting time and attorney fees from the hearing held on January 27, 2025, that all four of those orders she's failed to comply with. The court has reviewed the file. There have been multiple show cause hearings. She has previously been held in contempt of court. She has previously been ordered to make up parenting time as well as pay attorney fees, as I stated, and she's failed to comply with any and all of these prior orders of the court. Her recourse is to file motions, have hearings in the event that there is some issue. The court will note that I am recalling from the last hearing where she had made allegations concerning the plaintiff, and in fact, she acknowledged at that time that there had been two CPS involvements and the CPS had not done anything as a result. She acknowledged that she had been in contact with the police, that they had not done anything as a result either. The court will find that she is in fact in contempt of court. The court will, as the plaintiff stated, he's entitled to 20 days of makeup parenting time, and that shall occur at such time as he acquires the care of the children. The court will note that, again, the prior rulings of this court, that she had done makeup parenting time on 2 occasions, as well as paying the attorney fees, that in fact she has ignored and refused to comply with those particular orders. So, ma'am, unfortunately, you leave me no choice, but the court will sentence you to 30 days in jail with the Calhoun County Sheriff. The court will further remand you to the care of the Calhoun County Sheriff, where you will remain until such time as the children are turned over to the plaintiff and until such time as you've paid the previously ordered attorney fees of $1,000. So, ma'am, you can go with the sheriff, and
Are you serious?
this matter is concluded. You're free to go.
Who's
Have a good
sucking
day.
whose dick around here?
Oh,
No,
ma'am,
seriously.
Another 30 days for contempt of court. You're in jail for 60 days now.
No, what's going
If you
on?
keep going, I can go as long as you want, ma'am.
Your Honor, if we could have the assistance of the sheriff taking out where the girls are, we suspect they're with their with grandmother, but we're not.
Well, she has been remanded until such time as the girls are turned over. So that she can stay there as long as she wants, I guess, until she has them turned over.
I'll draft the order in 7 days, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're free to go. Have a good day.
Her ass got fucking 60 days in jail. Good job, dumbass.
Children over.
Your mother, tell her to be quiet.
Excuse me?
Do not
Requesting that
interrupt the
defendant spend
attorney.
this upcoming weekend in jail. She just doesn't get it.
Hello, is this Athena? This is her mother, Michelle. Okay. I'm really upset with what's going on here. You know, my grandchildren are being touched. Yeah. They are being tested. This stop.
Ma'am, you are not a party.
Yes,
You are
I have
not
been sick.
you are not a party. You cannot appear in this particular matter. If Miss Couch wishes to appear, she can appear, but third parties other than attorneys cannot appear on behalf of another party. So we have muted you, ma'am, because obviously you weren't going to stop talking. And this matter is before the court pursuant to the plaintiff's motion to enforce parenting time order. And the court will note Mr. Kelly.
I think this may be Athena. Judge, let me call the case.
Okay.
Calling case 2024-1372 DC, Zachary Conley versus Athena Couch. Today is Monday, January 27, 2025 at 9:15 a.m.
Okay. Court will note as stated, Mr. Kelly, on behalf of the plaintiff, this is plaintiff's motion to enforce parenting time order. And you are Miss Couch, is that correct? You can unmute. You have to unmute your phone. Miss Couch?
There, did you unmute me? Yes. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Kelly.
Your Honor, this is the third time we've had to file a motion with this court for my client to get parenting time with his kids. We're dealing with the same allegations.
Children.
Hold on one second.
Parenting time to
Miss Couch. Miss Couch.
I got heart problems, or I
Miss
would have been in the
Couch.
courtroom when this happened.
Mute her again.
Yes.
Miss Couch, whoever is the other person, it's your mother, tell her to be quiet. She's not a part of these proceedings. And I don't want to hear from her again. If you want to be heard, I'll listen to you. I'm not listening to her. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Kelly.
Your Honor, again, this is the third time we've had to file a motion for him to see his kids. These are the same allegations she's brought up that were investigated by the Department of Health and Human Services and denied. I believe she even contacted CPS again. They didn't even investigate this time. My client hasn't been contacted. It's been over a month since he's seen his children. He dropped them off in compliance with the court's order on December 23rd so she could have Christmas Eve. He came there on December 24th to pick the children up. She refused to turn the children over. He contacted the police. She closed the door on police, simply refusing to turn the children over. So we're requesting as to the holiday parenting time, Your Honor, he didn't get the children back till the afternoon of Christmas Day, when he was supposed to have them Christmas Eve at 9 p.m. until through the following day. We're requesting for 2025 that he be awarded Christmas Eve and Christmas Day to make up for those holidays. He went back for his regularly scheduled parenting time in January. She refused to turn the children over. And he hasn't seen them since. When he shows up for his parenting time, she either will refuse to comply or she'll leave and just not be present at her home. We are requesting then, Your Honor, for his makeup parenting time that he get the children this Wednesday, January 29th, and that he be allowed to keep them through to February 9th, which would cover all the days he's missed for his parenting time. We would also request another $500 in attorney's fees. That would be $1,000 that would be outstanding because she's still not paid the $500 from November 1st order. We're not sure if he has a child support arrearage. I don't think he does. We'd request flexibility from the court. If it is indeed determined that he has a child support arrearage, that he be allowed to apply those fees to credit. If for whatever reason it's determined he does not have any arrearage, that attorney's fee bill be paid within 30 days.
Hey, Lisa. Good to see you. This is probably my last video. I'm tired. I gotta work tomorrow. So this will probably be the last video. Gandalf, if you hear snoring, my dog is currently laying in my lap, snoozing. He's so sleepy. Yeah. He's like, Mom, it's time for bed.
Today or the date of the entry of the order in this matter. Your Honor, we're also requesting that defendant spend this upcoming weekend in jail. She just doesn't get it. She thinks your court order is a suggestion and she's simply not going to follow it. And I have a feeling we're going to be back here again, but I think the next time we'll simply file a motion to change custody. We'd also request, Your Honor, moving forward. We'd request, Your Honor, moving forward, that for each parenting time visit he misses moving forward, that she withholds the children, that she spend a corresponding day in jail. Maybe that will help her understand that your court orders are to be followed. Finally, Your Honor, Your Honor,
Couch, not interrupt. He is speaking. Do not interrupt, ma'am.
Excuse me?
Do not interrupt the attorney. He is speaking. You'll have your opportunity to speak.
Don't fucking attorney.
Mute, Miss Couch. Okay, go ahead.
Lastly, Your Honor, we're requesting.
Hey, ma'am. If you're legitimately concerned for your children, this is not the way to go about it. You don't go about this by coming into court, being contentious, and cussing at the judge. You also don't come into court putting your mother on the phone to cuss out the judge. You are a grown woman and a parent, and if you cannot handle the affairs of your own children, you do not need custody of them. And as he stated previously, you have made those allegations in the past to avoid accountability for being in contempt of court. God forbid that actually happened to your kids. Then you wouldn't hurl those accusations around so fucking freely. It's people like you who make it hard for people who actually need help because their kids are actually being abused. It makes it hard on the legitimate cases. It makes it almost impossible to get anything done when your kids are actually being abused by your co-parent. You and people like you are the reason it's fucking impossible to get anything done when you have a legitimate cause for concern. Exactly.
For his pickup this Wednesday, that if he goes there and she does not make the children available, that we would be able to contact the court to get a bench warrant issued for her arrest. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll unmute you, Ms. Couch, and you can respond. Go ahead.
So other than the fact that we're at the police station because their father, Zachary, the plaintiff, has been arresting them. I have a
Has that been investigated by DHHS?
I do have a officer's number here, with a case number. It has not been investigated yet, no.
Have you
because today was the
contacted Child Protective Services?
You know what? I did contact them before when he was watching children, peeing and pooping and having enemas done on them. Yeah, I did contact them. And, they didn't do shit. And they're being molested. They were touched.
Ma'am, this is a court proceeding. Do not swear. We do not want vulgar language in the court.
He's children.
If that's true, why have you not contacted DHHS? And if you contacted DHS and they investigated it and they didn't do anything, that means there were no findings, which means you were falsely accusing him of something horrible to avoid accountability for your own fucking bullshit. You cannot just go around accusing people of that with no proof. And if you honestly believe that, why have you not taken them to the doctor, to the therapist, to a counselor, to DHS? And you're just now today going to the police department when it looks like you've been accusing him for quite some time, which means you've had knowledge for quite some time, and you are just now today, on the day of court, going to the police about it. That leads me to believe that you know good and fucking well that he is not doing that to your children, because if you honestly believed he was doing that to your children and you did not report it or seek help or seek counselors or seek medical professionals to back that up and protect your children, you don't need custody.
Ma'am, then you
What
have
is
a
wrong with
recourse.
you people?
You can contact CPS or you can contact the police and have an
I'm here.
investigation. That's what your recourse is at this point. Okay?
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, what the court is going to do, mute Ms. Couch if you would. What the court is going to do at this point is the court is going to order that there would be makeup parenting time that would occur for the Christmas that was missed, or Christmas Eve, that the plaintiff would have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in 2025. That in fact he would be entitled to have the kids from January 29th, 2025 through February 9th, 2025 for makeup parenting.
And my question is, how is he doing that to your children when you're withholding your children? So if they are having that done to them, they're having it done in your care because you have not allowed him to see his kids. So if he's not even seeing his kids, how is he doing that to them exactly? You are a vile cunt to be throwing around accusations like that to escape accountability. It's people like you that make it impossible to get help for people that actually need it. You, ma'am, need to go your ass to jail. And if you filed a report on false allegations like that, you need to go to jail for filing false police reports. You also need to go to jail for contempt. And he also needs to go after you for slander, defamation, and withholding and alienating his kids from him. And for child abuse, quite frankly.
Parenting time, the court would assess an additional $500 in attorney fees, bringing the total to $1,000, which would be paid within 30 days of entry of the within order in this matter. So that will be the order of the court. You can prepare that order, Mr. Kelly, submit it under a 7-day notice of entry.
Wait, I have a question. What is wrong? Why would you give children to somebody who's going to hurt?
Mute Miss Couch.
Your Honor, in the event he goes to pick the children up on the 29th, we're getting from her, she's probably not going to comply.
Well, I'm not gonna speculate as to whether she comply. I would think probably based on her response, not, but we'll address that if it happens.
Okay.
Of course not. He's seeing my kids.
Okay, the hearing is over.
Why? Why is the hearing over?
Go.
Why is the
Mute Miss Couch. Why does she keep coming back in if we mute her?
She's unmuting herself.
Well,
I removed her from the hearing.
Okay. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I thought that they kept muted until we unmuted them.
I can modify our settings to.
Yeah, I do not want somebody being able to unmute themselves when we've muted them.
Okay. This is Devin Starks, and we have attorney Niff.
I bet she ends up going to jail. Disgusting behavior. Anyway, I am tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I love you guys. I'm enjoying these, and I'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably do reading and random shit. I think I'm gonna do a coloring stream when we come back and listen to ghost stories. But anyway, I love you guys. I will see you later.